Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at Lena. This is our new light hero inside the game. And I gotta say, this whole sleep effect seems to be pretty powerful. Even only having her at 5 stars, if I can keep her alive, she is pretty nasty of a hero. Now before we jump right into her, I do want to say I saw somebody commenting about Telfer there and saying that this buff was actually a nerf and that he's always had 5 stacks, but the wording was just wrong inside it. So I need you Telfer people out there to tell me, does Telfer feel stronger or does he feel weaker? But Lena, this is our new supporter intelligence light hero, and as I said, pretty strong with this whole sleep ability. The big thing you're going to be seeing her for is this Moonlight Flash, where she does 105% her attack damage. Not the biggest, but the big thing is going to be is she has a 75% chance to sleep the opponents. And like I said, this one seems to be putting a lot of the heroes to sleep. Keep in mind though that once those enemies do take a damage hit, they will be popping right back out of it. Now the passive skill Meteor Shower is going to be her normal attack, and if you have enemies on the screen that are still asleep, she can hit up to 2 of them additionally from her normal attack, and it says here that its normal attack will be doing an extra 20% damage. Now the next passive, Moon's Energy, this one took a little bit to get, and the wording on this is definitely kind of weird. At the end of a round, it has a 100% chance to remove Own's inability, which is going to be pretty much your crowd control, your stuns, your freezes, and so on. And if successful, will get an attack buff by 30% for 2 rounds. I'll try to slow it down here so you can see where it says freeze cancel and then the attack buff right afterwards. The passive skill Magic Lena is going to allow all adjacent heroes, including Lena herself, so anybody touching Lena and Lena, to have a magic reduction rate by 50%. Meaning if you take a magical hit from one of the heroes with a staff style gear, and all the allies will be taking a 50% reduction. Although that's going to decrease 5% per round, so figure by round 10, that's all gone. The Awakened skill Dreamland, which we still don't have because we're only at 5 stars, but when Lena takes a hit, she has a 70% chance to put that hero that hits her to sleep. And after 3 times of putting heroes to sleep, she'll recover 20% of her max HP. Now, given that there's not a lot of actual attack skills inside this, I think it's best to probably throw something like a Rune of Life or even a defense rune on her. And for artifacts, because the game doesn't really want to give me a bunch of them and it'll take you forever to get them, I think either a Noble Emblem, which is going to transfer 10% over to your highest power hero. This is a supporter class, so we can use that. The other thing is that Goblet of Wrath. That's going to be the one you only need 80 energy to cast your active, meaning we can get a lot of these sleeps out there. And finally, we have the engraving that when at the end of a round, any heroes that are asleep are going to be losing 20 energy. That goes up to 30, then 40, then 50. So if there isn't heroes out there with crowd control or crowd control resistant, this could really keep them from using those actives and make this pretty powerful. So if you had to pick between any light or dark hero, would you pick Lena over them? Honestly, I don't know, because this is our first supporter intelligence class that we see. I'd say probably not, because at this point you already have a bunch of other light dark heroes leveled up, and this one's going to take a little bit to get. I mean, I'm still trying to get my Zeke leveled up, barely even got any stars on that, and I think that's going to be the same case with Lena. But don't get me wrong, if you are able to grab a bunch of these, this can be an incredibly strong addition to your team, especially if you are trying to CC the enemy. So I'm hoping to bring you a Jack 1 tomorrow. I did try to spend some summonings today to see if I could grab them, and it seems like the game just doesn't really want to give them to us. So it might be one of those things where we see a lot of them once this event's over. But to me, the fact that I did like 100 summons and then spent gems on top of it and didn't even see a single one and got all those annoying heroes that we never use over and over, it really makes me think that maybe the drop rates are a little bit lower than they should be, causing us to want to spend money on keys. But if you guys want to get more familiar with a new game coming out that's pretty much like Souls with a little bit of extra stuff, I'm enjoying it, get familiar with the heroes, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.